Today we are going on a little tour around Renfa. Now hopefully you'll get to meet our guide, Iski.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
Now I have to say, I don't normally like doing the whole guide thing, especially when it comes to scooters. I just like to cruise around and discover places on my own. But you'll meet Iski and you'll get to find out what a lovely bloke he is. He's a top guy, and he's already been a great help to us whilst we've been in Renfa, finding laundrettes and picking out the best restaurants and so on. So hopefully he's going to be taking us around the island of Siantan, which is where the capital of Renfa is, and maybe discover a few things that we may have missed had we have done this on our own. So off we go. Right, so here we are walking down the back street, or rather one of the side streets of Renfa. We've been down here before. We did show you this in our previous series on the Inambus. It's a bit bright now, sorry, first thing in the morning. It's busy already, but it gets really busy. There's been a big increase in the number of people with scooters over the last few years, so these roads get very congested. Somewhere down here is Liz and Iski. They've disappeared to a shop. I'm just trying to find them, and then we'll be off. Well, I have to say that was absolutely delicious. Sorry about the noise. And my favourite, I think, was the potato pastry, and it comes stuffed with a little chilli, a green chilli. You take the chilli out, you take a little bite off the chilli, then you take a bite of the potato. And if that's too hot, then you bite into the little sweet cake that Liz has, which is a coconutty, condensed, milky type thing. Very good. Anyway, we're done now. We're full up. We've had our coffee, and it's time to go off and explore. I'll take the red bike, Liz.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
The road is from there because if you're going to underground, and then down there is too as well.
So they excavated the top off and then they built out, and then so the mosque itself. Who is paying for that?
Our government, of course.
The government.
Yeah.
It's not a very rich man or something like that.
No, just government, and then they want to make a tourism for this one.
It's big.
Yeah.
You can't miss it when you come in round here on the boat and you see this. It was funny because friends of ours were here. So we've climbed up the hill to a building we can see from the boat. We've often wondered what this is. It's called Bay Hill. It's got 2 five-a-side football pitches in it, AstroTurf. Really nice place to eat and drink up the top there with a fantastic view. Only problem today is it's really hazy, and Iski has told us that that haze is coming from Kalimantan, from Borneo, and if that's the case, that means it's probably burning forests, which is very sad.
And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
We have just come up to the highest point, and this is one of the buildings that we've been able to see as we've been cruising around the top half of the island. Now, as Liz says, as Iski explained to us, they're burning the forest on Kalimantan, and the visibility today is absolutely appalling. You can barely see anything. I'll pan around to the mountains over there, which are very misty. The view we're trying to look at here, you can hardly see anything. Have a look at this. So we were told that the burning of the of the forest is illegal. If the government find out who's doing it, they will be arrested, but clearly someone is getting away with this, and it's a real shame. And incredible how quickly the visibility can change. Yesterday the view was perfect. Today it's not so good.
And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
traditional of hammer. Watch out now because the stone after the granite they make like this and then the small one is going to come in.
Alright, yeah, just be careful.
So if they not burn the granite, the line is cannot see. So that's why they make burn first for make a line, and then after that they use the hammer, big hammer, which is, and then after that they make small like this, and after that they use this one.
So they're just really it's making a mark and it's heating the rock, so when they hit it, it's more likely to shatter.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's granite, and there's a lot of granite.
A lot of granite
here,
yeah. Very big. I think it's in here is because of volcano.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of granite.
Okay, so
not a bit actually.
We got a lot.
A lot.
Everywhere we go, we see huge boulders.
Yeah.
So they start big, and then they get smaller, and then they get smaller, and then they get smaller still.
Yeah.
And what are they used for?
So the big one like this, they use it for concrete, and after that, the small one, this one is they put in cement.
Okay.
Yeah, for the wall.
So they're just using granite for cement and concrete, where in the UK we use it as a beautiful building work.
From the granite.
Yeah, and in kitchens and so forth we do, you know, it's highly prized.
Yeah.
And you just use it for everything here.
But in here, if you use the old granite, a bit expensive.
Okay.
If only the rich people use this granite for make the wall or nice something.
Yeah.
350,000 rupiah.
For a cubic meter of the larger ones.
And the big one.
And
for
a
the
ton
small one is 500,000 rupiah.
for a ton.
Yeah, per meter square.
Okay.
And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
Midday and middle of the island, we have stopped off at a farm where they are growing all manner of plants and crops. We've been told they've got chilies. In fact, I'm standing right next to the chilies. I can see papaya, there's sugar cane, and I'm sure there's plenty more. Let's go and have a look.
Try to this one.
Right. So this is, you call it jili?
Jili.
Yeah. Looks like this. It looks
But
like
the red one is more better.
Okay. It's green. It's not quite ready, but you can still eat it. You don't eat the whole thing. You take that bit, put it in your mouth, squeeze and suck. Delicious.
What does it taste like?
It tastes. I'm trying to think what it tastes like. It doesn't taste like anything in particular. It's not very strong. It's not a very strong taste. It's a bit like papaya taste almost.
Could you make jam with it?
You can make jam with anything. What's this?
So this is Chinese cabbage, and then here is a water spinach. So there is a red spinach, and then here the normal one, the spinach one.
And it's all sold locally. It's never exported.
Yeah.
So when we go to the market in Renfa, we'll see their produce here. I like the scarecrow.
So this one is a...
We call it scare. So he's mixing the bean with the vinegar in here.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Pakai cuka, cuka itu biar dia keras.
Iya, biar dia ini nyantol.
So they boil the soybean in here.
Disalin di sini.
After that they are filter. Mana filter?
Ini.
So filter use this one, the green color this one. Put in here. They put inside here, and then after that they put vinegar, and then put in here for making hard. Because it's soft like this, they're making hard, and then after that they go into here, and then they press, and then after that they be something like this, tofu.
Step 1, soak this for 2 to 3 hours. Step 2, put it in the grinder. Step 3, put it on the fire. And then after that, they put it in here where they're adding vinegar to make it go thicker. Then they put it on there to press it down. And it ends up over there.
The whole process goes right back to when it first started. Nothing's changed. There's nothing mechanical, electrical, electronic or anything. The only bit of plastic is a couple of buckets, but everything, like the whole process, has been going on for 1,000 years without changing. We're watching it. It's medieval.
Bang.
Can you tell me your name? Your name?
Eddie.
Eddie. Eddie. This is Eddie, the tofu man. He does this all day.
What about our man in the field? What's his name?
Wahyu.
Wahyu.
Yes.
Wahyu.
Tofu man as well.
They're both tofu men. And they're both field men.
Yeah.
They do everything.
They do everything.
Yeah.
Itu tofunya yang jadi, tahunya itu yang jadi.
So they finished mixing the vinegar in with the whole sludgy compound, and he's now getting rid of the liquid. Goes into here, goes down a drain, just drains out. And then when we get right down to the final, what's left, that's going to be more solid, then it'll come in here and then we'll see it being pressed.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. Restoring everything within. Oh. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Oh.
So I'll have to say that's fascinating. Fascinating to watch them making tofu, or tohu as it's called here in Indonesia. We found out that the bean is actually imported, so it's a Malaysian bean, but everything else is done from scratch, and as Liz says, it's medieval. We find this particularly interesting, of course, because we eat a lot of tofu. We don't eat meat, we eat fish, but we do eat a lot of tofu, and it's just fascinating to watch the whole process. It's very aesthetically satisfying.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hope. Dreamy, breezy we go, easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hope.
Well, we're now in the southwest corner of Siantan, and we've come into a little bay. I've been looking at this on the chart, so it's probably quite good protection, I suppose, even from the southerlies. But we've just been for a little cruise through the village. They're still building the mosque. In fact, there's a lot of work going on here. They're building a new road around the edge over there. You can probably hear him clanking in the background. But Iski stopped us just by the football pitch because apparently there's some kids here and they are playing a traditional game. I know nothing about this, so let's go and see what the squeaking and shouting is all about.
So they're playing spinning top, but they've handmade their own
He's the best, is he?
He gets it and it just stays here for hours.
So it's a gas canister top.
They make them all themselves. Any more?
Tali mo, cepat mo.
The blue one?
Nah,
That looks good.
Wow, his is still going.
Lagi, potong lagi. Yang kuntuk.
Well, isn't it great to see these kids out playing in the open, a game of gassing, handmade spinning tops. And in the late afternoon, it's getting hot, so why not treat yourself to an ice cream?
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond
Well, that was pretty nuts, driving along, minding our own business, through the posh part of town, and stumbled upon a wedding reception and couldn't resist the funky beats, so got on the dance floor and showed the girls how to dance. Good fun. And then they were very kind, they wanted us to stay and have food. We had a drink and we did a little photo session as well, which was quite good fun. Anyway, we've continued now and we've just come up to one of the highest points on the north side of Renfa town, and we've got this view, of course, because of the the smoke. Visibility isn't great, but it's still quite impressive to be right up on top of this hill looking down onto Renfa town. And so we end our little round trip of Siantan on the west coast. This is where Iski brings people to watch the sunset, but with the haze we've had today, not much of a sunset, and it's actually a little bit too early for that. But it's nice just to get a little different perspective of the sea. There's a couple of restaurants up on stilts on the rocky shore here where they do juices. So we'll grab a juice and maybe fly the drone as well, we'll see.
Dream